What is going on, Adam before Eve, man? I am back with another video, guys. Another episode edition that I want to add to the series, guys. Hinge. Yes, man, the long-awaited, highly anticipated newcomer, one of the newcomer, I won't say newcomer, the absolute newcomer's Facebook platform right now, the Facebook dating platform. The Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg just dropped on a dating game. To combat Tinder and stuff like that. But prior to that, Hinge. And Hinge really always been around for the last few years. It's just that it took off past a certain point. I think due to women complaining about the nature of Match Group Incorporated app Tinder, which is the same company that at least partially owned Hinge. I don't know if they have 100% ties and ownership of Hinge, like the actual complete company. I think they own partial of it because Match Group is like a parent company to Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, and a lot of more little dating app companies and stuff out there. You know what I mean? Because I think their headquarters is like in Dallas or some shit like that. But I ain't trying to get off topic with that. All this stuff y'all can really Google. But Hinge, when I first came across Hinge, guys, it was like in 2017 before the shit even got popular like that. Now I remember getting on the app. It looked pretty cool. I loved the fresh, design. And I was looking like, this shit only got a couple hundred downloads, a couple thousand downloads, because back then you can see the download count and stuff like that. At least on Play Store, they used to show you the download count, how popular is the app, and how many different phones across the world downloaded the app. And it wasn't really that popular. You feel what I'm saying? I think it was made in like 2016, but I ain't touched it till like 2017. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys take the time to go Google all this information, because I don't want no, oh, you're wrong, this, that, guys. I haven't Googled the shit when it comes to the numbers of it being made and all that. I'm just let you know the best of my knowledge of when I first came across it. But I know this shit wasn't made back in 1990 nothing. I know this shit is fairly new, no more than 10 years old. I know it's not newer than, I know Tinder's older than that, older than Hinge, but it's still kind of new. But I know Tinder is still this OG. I know that. But yeah, I first ran across this app in 2017, guys. I got on it, real fresh design. I was surprised about the little downloads that it had and the little amount of people that was using it. But I was going through it. White swipe, white swipe, white swipe, white swipe. You cannot like no more females for the day. I'm like, huh? Now I see why people don't use this shit. They only give its user base a few amount of likes in a day. And this is where Hinge got its glory right here. I was pissed that day though. I didn't see it yet. I got off that app immediately, went straight to Tinder, and this is the time where Tinder was in its reign. Like Tinder was in its glory days then. Tinder was just, running shit when it comes to dating apps then. There wasn't no other app even competing at all. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of dating apps that's at least competing now, but, and I wouldn't say Tinder's the best now. You know what I mean? I'm going to give at the end of the series of me talking about all of them, I'll give my honest opinion on who's best. Y'all probably can piece that together by the ratings that I give. But yeah, like Tinder was still, going through its glory days around this time, guys. And I got off that app. Mind you, no more than 24 hours later, every single match or female I found attractive on that app came back. And guess what? Half of them messaged me back, and the other half, when I messaged them, they was into the conversation. I got their phone number. So one or two of them was talking about meeting up, and I seen the glory in their system. I seen the interesting part of why it's interesting, why it's doing the numbers that it's doing today. Why women switched over from Tinder to Hinge now today that complain about men being so sexual and them wanting relationships and stuff like that. At least the women around my age, like the from 21 to 26. I know the 18-year-olds and shit love Tinder. You know, they're still on Tinder. But I think at the past a certain age, women are starting to switch to like Hinge. For the simple fact that this shit is, you know, just the way they run a app and the way they do shit promotes the woman, you know, intentions. You feel what I'm saying? They want marriage and all this serious shit. It helps them. It helps them meet their goal when it comes to men and stuff like that. Not seeing an app just because they get on a fucking app, they're gonna get married. Nobody's saying that. You know what I mean? Because it still come down to is they worth that, what type of woman they is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, guys, you know, that format, to talk about the format on there, when you first get on there, you got 6 pictures you got to add to your page. You have to add these pictures. You can't get around it. Then you have 3 prompts that you got to answer that talks about you. You know, they ask you certain questions and stuff, and they're very interesting questions. You know, person should be able to gauge your personality by you answering these questions and stuff like that. And then after that, you can get to the liking process. And here's another interesting thing about the liking process. Hinge was the first app that where you can send messages before the match, as in like you sending a like could be a message. I know with Tinder super likes, they you know, you can pay for it now, and with Facebook dating, when it first came out, now you can do that shit. But the first OG app that lets you do that was Hinge. Hinge was the first when it came to prompts in that type of matching system. Hinge was the first app that had that. And then now, you know, a new feature they added within a year is the online stamp. And guys, I'm not saying Tinder don't do online stamp, but Tinder is like on and off. I think now they got some type of general base online stamp, like the woman don't get on at least within a month, it'll let you know like that she ain't been online and stuff like that. And sometimes it'll let you know when a user is active. But it used to be a time where, you know, Tinder used to have a green stamp. I remember it like yesterday. I'm a Tinder head, guys. Remember like yesterday, Tinder used to have a green stamp that when that person used to get online, that stamp would turn green and it'll tell you the exact seconds of that person last logging into that app. People was complaining so much about that feature, guys, especially women, because it was like relationships was breaking up. Any relationship that came out of Tinder was breaking the fuck up because that shit started so many arguments. Oh, you my girlfriend, but you just logged on Tinder last week or yesterday or 20 minutes ago. Like, you can see this shit. And they removed that fucking feature. And they removed it for like a good maybe year, and then they brought back like a watered down version of the online stamp where it don't say numbers or anything. It just say, and you can't even view it with your matches. Like if you match with them, it don't show online stamps at all. Back then it showed all that shit, no matter who you was. If you had a profile on Tinder period, it showed all that shit. But now, before you match with them, you can see the last time they was online, you know, by the day, not by the minute. And yeah, that's a good feature they had then with Tinder. But now with Hinge, to talk about that we're talking about, Hinge got like a feature that's kind of like that too, where it don't give the specific time frames, but it say she was active today, she was active last week, she was active 3 days ago, and that's a nice little feature there. Okay, my personal experiences on Hinge before I get to the rating part. Guys, Hinge is jumping. Hinge is the opposite of Tinder right now. Hinge, you can get on Hinge, make a profile. If you look any bit of decent and above, your S&V is decent, average, not even decent, average and above, guys, you should get play off Hinge. Trust me. It's somebody waiting on Hinge that'll match with you, talk with you, and set shit up with you. The way the system is, the way shit is with the number of likes and stuff, most likely when you match with people, y'all gonna at least attempt to have a conversation, and if the bitch really find you any type of sexually attractive, she's gonna wanna get your number and link up with you and stuff like that. The only drawback is, because I've had crazy amounts of success, crazy amounts of relationships, crazy amounts of sexual whether it's one night stands, episodes with Hinge. And Hinge works. It fucking works. I'll say right now, I won't give it the most popular app, but when it comes to activity, yes, Hinge is the most successful app when it comes to activity. Like, you actually get on the app and expecting some damn dating to go on. Like, you can get on the app and get the bitches OnlyFans and bitches promoting this and bots and shit like that. Hinge is the best when it comes to the best dating app, like as in dating for its intended purposes. Yes, but the big drawback, guys, before I get into the rating, is that the app is ran by a CEO of women. There's a bunch of women that's at the highest positions at this company, with Match Group that's over this app called Hinge, and they get niggas the fuck up out of there, guys. Hinge is banning accounts left and fucking right. If you go to their reviews right now, if you can be on this app, you will get success, but it's like you gotta survive the shit. You know how they make the little documentary about surviving R. Kelly, bitch, survive. If you on Hinge, survive in Hinge. Cause that's how bad it is with banning. If you argue with a bitch on there, you feel what I'm saying, you're getting blocked. If you do any type of shit that anger a woman on there, you're getting banned. You're getting reported. And even if you unattractive, I heard they even be banning niggas that be unattractive to females. Like, say most women just flag your page just because they just don't like you. They don't like how your pictures and shit look. I heard they took dudes' account because of that. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think I came across that issue. Be lying if I said I never got banned before, but I got banned due to reasons of me getting arguments with bitches and bitches telling me directly, nigga, I finna report your account because this, or because you called me a bitch, although they the one who started the disrespect. I just responded to it or ended it. You feel what I'm saying? On Master Ho. But Hinge is definitely a female, like where it lean towards the female, you feel what I'm saying, side when it comes to disputes and stuff like that, guys. And they will ban the fuck out you. And it's not like Tinder where they'll ban you and make it easy for you to come back. When Hinge ban you, they ban you at a device IP level. As in, you gotta have a burner phone and do a lot of shit to get back on their platform, which is why it's probably so successful when it comes to if you are a guy that can stay out of shit on their app. But guys, the rating I give Hinge, I give it a 4.5. I recommend it, although I hate the way it's being ran on a corporate level when it comes to bans and stuff. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm out.